Welcome to Season 3 of Reverse the Rebound Weight Gain. My name is Georgie Beams, and I'm a registered psychologist with over 10 years of experience working exclusively in food cravings, eating, and weight. I've helped thousands of women all around the world in my 3-month intensive program. Eating isn't about willpower, it's about your mind. Disordered eating is a mental health issue, not a personal failure. Weight loss surgery, weight loss medications, and dieting can't fix the root cause. The podcast is here to help you uncover your eating triggers, heal your relationship with food, and rewire your brain for lasting change. Let's transform from surviving to thriving together. Welcome to Season 3. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Reverse the Rebound Weight Gain. Today, we are unpacking food, stress, and safety, breaking free from mindless and habitual eating patterns. So today, we are unpacking this concept that could completely change how you view your cravings. So if you've ever wondered why certain moments in your day seem to trigger an uncontrollable urge to snack or eat, this episode is for you. We're diving into the nervous system hierarchy, a framework that explains why feeling safe or anxious directly impacts your cravings and eating habits. So let's take a closer look at how your body responds to safety and danger and how you can use this knowledge to take back control of your cravings. Now, I want you to imagine your nervous system as a ladder. So at the very top of this ladder is your safe zone. This is where your parasympathetic nervous system, so remember we talked about that in the last episode, your rest and digest mode is switched on. In this state, you feel calm, relaxed, and grounded. Your digestion works efficiently, and food isn't on your mind unless you are genuinely hungry. But as you start to descend the ladder, anxiety creeps in. This is when your sympathetic nervous system, or fight or flight mode, kicks into gear. It's designed to protect you in moments of perceived threat, increasing your heart rate, tensing your muscles, and sharpening your focus. Then finally, at the very bottom of the ladder is the freeze state. This is the survival response where everything slows down, almost like a gazelle playing dead to avoid a predator. In humans, this might look like zoning out, shutting down emotionally, or feeling numb. And this is where a lot of my clients are eating. Now, here's the thing. In modern life, we're not running from lions or hyenas. Instead, our threats are much more subtle, but just as powerful, like an overwhelming to-do list, a stressful conversation or situation, or even it could be subtle daily triggers like the transition from work to home, or the transition from day to night, or the transition from being around people to being alone, is what our body perceives as a threat. So when your nervous system perceives these moments as unsafe, your body tries to soothe itself. And one of the quickest, most accessible ways to do that is food. Now, our cravings aren't random. They're deeply tied to our nervous system's response to perceived safety or danger. Think about it. When you're anxious, your body wants a quick hit of energy or comfort, something that feels safe and grounding. That's why you might reach for chocolate or chips or a glass of wine after a stressful day. On the other hand, when you're in the freeze state, You might find yourself eating mindlessly, not even tasting the food, because you're trying to feel something or snap out of the numbness. Understanding this ladder of safety and survival is key to breaking these patterns. It's not about willpower. It's about recognizing what your body is really asking for in those moments. Now, it's very common for my clients to be in the anxious pathway all day, being busy, feeling anxious and stressed, having a lot on their to-do list, feeling pulled in all different directions. Perhaps it's taking care of elderly parents or kids with special needs. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations, a lot of stress, judgment, and many of my clients are self-identified people pleasers as well. Not sure if you can relate. So they don't want to let others down or disappoint them. Then they get to a certain part of the day or night, and usually it's once the jobs are all done, the dishes are done, everything's ready for the next day, and everyone else is taken care of, and it's just them. Maybe the kids are in bed, they're alone, and that's when the food comes out. This feels like their safe zone at the top of the ladder because they no longer feel that anxious, busy feeling. But they've mistaken this with a feeling of relaxation and me time. The truth is, they're actually at the bottom of the ladder. They're not at the top in the safe, connected pathway. They're right down the bottom of the ladder in functional freeze. This is a sign of danger in the body. We know we are in freeze when we have disconnected. We don't want to think, we don't want to feel. And we have cravings and we're looking for food or mindlessly eating. Remember, when we are in functional freeze down the bottom of the ladder, we actually feel unsafe in the body. The top of the ladder is the safe connected pathway where we truly feel relaxed. It's truly me time and we feel connected. This might be the feeling of perhaps when you've had a really lovely massage or done a yin yoga class. You're not looking at shoving food down. Every time we notice that we are in the anxious pathway, we want to move up the ladder to feel safe, not down the ladder to functional freeze. Remember, functional freeze is a sign of danger and it's a time of eating and sabotage. This pattern will keep us stuck as version 1, and we cannot thrive in functional freeze. Plus, it will keep us stuck in this eating pattern, which will lead to weight gain as well. So, how do you start using this knowledge to regain control of your cravings? Here are 3 simple steps. First of all, identify your triggers. Start by paying attention to when cravings hit. Is it during the 3 p.m. slump, right after a tough meeting, or maybe when you transition from work mode to home mode, or around people to being alone? Write these triggers down so you can start to understand your own patterns. Next, soothe your nervous system. Once you've identified a trigger, try a grounding technique before reaching for the food. This could be deep breathing that we spoke about in the last episode, perhaps a short walk out in nature or a quick stretch. So remember, we are really engaging our parasympathetic nervous system at this point, which is going to help us to move up the ladder to feel safe and connected. Because when we are at the top of the ladder feeling safe and connected, we're feeling whole. We are not looking at shoving in the food. And finally, ask yourself a question. So in the moment of a craving, just pause and ask, what do I really need right now? And often the answer isn't food. It's the feeling that we think the food will give us. It could be rest, relaxation, me time, connection, safety, or a few moments of calm. Understanding your nervous system and its role in your cravings is a powerful step towards lasting change. is not about eliminating stress. It's about learning how to navigate it in a way that feels safe and supportive for your body. Next time, we'll dive deeper into this area by exploring the difference between numbing out with food and truly relaxing your mind and body. This comes up with my clients all the time. We're going to unpack it in the next episode, but until then, take a moment this week to notice your triggers and practice soothing your nervous system. And you might be surprised at the impact it has on your cravings. So thank you for tuning in. Remember to download my free ebook and check out the case studies for those of you that want to dig deeper in this area. All right, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me on the podcast. I hope today's episode gave you something new to think about and inspired you to step into your version 2 thriving self. Make sure you check out my free downloads, my ebook, and case studies to dig deeper. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It really does help to reach more listeners just like you.